our freedoms from us every day. They want to come into our homes and take our guns and faith away. Oh, they're insane. Oh, they keep pushing their lies on us every way. If you come for my family, then there's gonna be hell to pay. These colors don't run, and neither do I. We come from a long line of fighting this fight. This flag's gonna fly when it's all said and done. These colors don't run. No, these colors don't run. These colors don't run.
Ticking time bomb, stop, drop, roll. Finger on the button, who's got control? Weaponize the news every time I scroll. Come from my guns, but I lock and load. Prime from my hands when I go cold. Pray to the Lord, but they want your soul. They gon' have problems if they come to my home. Till they get my message, I'ma say it slow. Scrolling through the news, anxiety, it starts to hit me. Bible by my pistol by my whiskey. Politicking just to trick me. If you want it, come and get me. But if you sliding through that door, it's a semi. Fight for the stripes, but the blood's still dripping. To the grave, all waving and the flag still whipping. They want my liberty, they won't strip it. They want my land, they won't get it. My grandfather's blue collar's dirty and frayed, cause he keeps rolling in his grave for what they did to this place.
These colors don't run, and neither do I. We come from a long line of fighting this fight. This flag's gonna fly when it's all said and done. These colors don't run. No, these colors don't run. These colors don't run.
Hey everyone, good to see each and every one of you. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there and the ones that's in heaven watching over us. Happy Father's Day. I hope everyone had a wonderful day today. This is going to be a little different tonight. It's going to be because fathers gets overlooked quite a bit. Since since Biden was in office, fathers got overlooked quite a bit. So this one, me and Sky, with Sky's help, has picked out some clips for Father's Day. And I have a special clip for my dad, and really for all the fathers, but it means something special to me, to my dad, because y'all know he's a fighter. He's a fighter, and I love him. I don't tell him as much as I should, but we got this understanding between us. We know we love each other. And let me see. And I guess I will start with one news clip I found that I know the fathers would appreciate and like. So I'm going to show this one news clip, and then the rest of it is up into the national anthem is going to be for our fathers or father figures, because it takes a real man to step up and take care of someone else's child. And I mean, like in my case, I've got like 3 or 4 daddies running, or they think they are. And y'all hear me talk about them quite a bit. My uncles, they think they can step in and take over quite a bit. But I love them all. But they know their place. And like with Sky, she has many father figures in her life. So here we are. We're going to start with this little bit of news because I'm waiting on a text message, and then we'll get going. So here we go.
It's been 80 years since the end of World War II. And this evening, the Black Rifle Coffee Company is throwing a massive birthday bash to honor veterans from the war who are turning 100 years old this year. The event celebrates 8 veterans, including some who continued serving after the war. Joining us now for tonight's big close-up is my buddy, retired Navy SEAL, but also Marine Mike Sorelli. He is live at the National Medal of Honor Museum in Arlington, Texas for the celebration. Mike, tell us what's going on there, man.
Yes, well, as you know, you said we're at the National Medal of Honor Museum in Arlington, Texas, to really honor 8 veterans. It is a centennial birthday bash. You've got a 1940s swing band. They were jamming earlier. Guys, there's going to be a jig here. And Joey, I'll tell you this, if you ain't got no swing, you ain't got no thing. But this is more than a birthday party. Guys, this is our way of thanking a generation, the greatest generation, which you know changed the course of history. And as we're meeting these gentlemen, 8 uniquely different stories, but they do have a common thread. When America made the call, they all answered because our freedom depended on it. And we're talking about ordinary young men in the 1940s that were all asked to do extraordinary things in the face of overwhelming odds. And their stories are nothing short of amazing.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's crazy to look back and see what these, at that time, young men went through, what they were willing to sacrifice. And, you know, the young folks of today want to TikTok and they're worried about AI. A little bit different concern, perhaps, on the radar. That's kind of what my question revolves around, is what young people can learn about not only the greatest generation, but these veterans in particular. What is your message, having, you know, told a lot of these stories, being a part of a lot of the documentation of these, whether it's an event like this or on Fox Nation? What do you think that young people can learn, and what advice could they glean from gentlemen like this?
Well, Tommy, I would first say study their stories. And guys, if you just give me a moment, I got to tell you some of these. Like Jack Stowe, the definition of an American rebel who altered his birth certificate at 15 to enlist and fight, and coincidentally fought alongside John F. Kennedy. But you also have guys like Charles Cram, who is a Navy corpsman who landed on Iwo Jima. With 250 Marines, only 25 survived. So as we study these stories, we learn the lessons that this generation is trying to pass on to us about discipline and sacrifice, and most importantly, American pride for the ideal of what we stand for. And we have to believe in that.
Yeah, we have to believe in America. Oh, that's nice, SL20. Your dad would have been 99. Well, that's cool. Alrighty. And you know, Susan, my dad's here, but my mom, she's in heaven. So Mother's Day is a little touchy for me. And it's just touchy. Okay, now to get started with the Father's Day bash. Okay. Sky picked this one out just to start. It's a little funny. It's real short. It's just a little short that she found that she said that all the daddies would like.
Well, I've got my rod and I've got my bait. All I've got to do is sit here and wait for the big, big fish to come my way, even if it's gonna take all day. Here, fishy, 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 here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, 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 here, fishy, fishy, fishy.
So that one was from Sky to all the dads that rather be fishing. Let me see. I picked this one because you know how parents are with their grandkids, right? This grandpa is out of the box, and I'm like, oh my Lord. I thought my dad was bad about spoiling Sky, and several other people hint, but this grandpa, woo, doggy. I don't know what I'd do if I had, I don't know. So if anyone's watching this, don't get no hints.
I would rather spend a full weekend watching Peppa Pig back to back at least 60 times the same episode dancing with my grandbaby than I would anything. I've got plenty of snack money now, lady. I tell everybody, I don't use the words "we got food at home." If that kid wants something, I make it happen. If we don't have it here, I go get it. All right, we sit in my recliner and gossip a majority of the time about Peppa Pig, but we're sitting there eating snacks and gossiping. I don't understand half the stuff that kid says, but I still carry the conversation. You know what I mean? I act like it. She talks, I talk. We just eat snacks. We get up and dance. I've got no shame in that. You know what I mean? I'm her snack dealer. It's about supply and demand. She demands it, I supply it. That's just part of it. I'm in there holding 14 different snacks and 6 sippy cups because she couldn't pick out which drink she wanted. I've got all the flavors. I've got everything she needs, and she swaps between them. I just provide it. I'm on the sidelines ready to run in, and that's just the way it goes. That's my weekends now. A lot of goldfish, just whatever she wants, we make it happen. But yeah, it's a whole thing now. I mean, the whole house is hers. So, yeah.
Oh, bless them. That's the story of Sky's life. Everybody just pulls her rotten. And I'm like, and then then when she gets mad at me, she says, "Mama, I'm just going to divorce you." She did that this morning to me. And I was like, okay, fine. Where you gonna live, huh? My papa? My daddy? I said, your daddy. Mama, no. I said, Danny. I said, okay, I'm sorry. So we get into some deep discussions every now and then, but most of the time it's Care Bears and My Little Ponies. Okay. The next one is something that I picked out. So sorry, but not sorry. If you know my dad, you would know. Alrighty. And let me see what else I got here. Hey, Christopher, good to see you. Love you, brother. Hope you're doing well. This one was sent to me by Darlene. So this is Baby Trump's Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to me, the greatest father in presidential history. 5 kids, 1 country, all doing well, most of them. That better be Barron. Hello?
Happy Father's Day, Donald. You are like a father to me.
A dictator in North Korea remembered Father's Day before my own kids. He called first, folks. First, Kim gets Mar-a-Lago in the will. Barron gets a hat. Happy Father's Day.
Oh, poor Baron. Alrighty. Here's another little fun. You got to go outside? Whoa, Christopher. I was afraid your mother had words with the nurse or the doctor. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, here's Dad's Logic. So here we go with Dad's Logic. And yes, this is, I believe, probably about 98% of Dad's.
Thermostat guarded like a vault of gold. 71, too hot, I'm told. Could hear a rapper open 2 rooms away, but slept through thunder half the day. Every road trip started the same.
Don't make me pull this car off the lane.
Had a coffee cup older than the house, and somehow knew where lived every mouse. Fixed a fence with wire and hope. Patched a leak with a trick in the rope. Didn't read manuals, didn't need luck. Just stared at it and muttered, well, that's stuck. That's Dad Logic, strange but true. Half made up, half wisdom too. Somewhere between a lecture and a laugh, he helped us find our path. That's Dad Logic, rough around the seams, built from hard work, duct tape and dreams. Never looked fancy, never tried, just stood beside us through the ride. Every project took at least 3 trips. 1 for the tool and 2 for the chips. Taught us how to drive in an empty lot.
Ease off the brake, not that much.
Could turn leftovers into a feast. Stretch $1 farther than most believe. Never threw away a random screw, cause someday, son, you'll need that too. The jokes got worse with every year, yet somehow we all stayed here, rolling our eyes while trying not to grin, knowing he'd tell that one again. That's Dad Logic, strange but true. Half made up, half wisdom too. Somewhere between a lecture and a laugh, he helped us find our path. That's Dad Logic, rough around the seams, built from hard work, duct tape and dreams. Never looked fancy, never tried, just stood beside us through the ride. Maybe that's the secret nobody sees. The lessons hide in the little things. In every bad joke, every fix, every ride. Love was there the whole time. Didn't always say I'm proud of you. Sometimes it came through the things he'd do. Showing up early, staying up late, carrying more than he shared with the weight. And years from now when we're older too, we'll catch ourselves doing the things he used to do, repeating the lines we swore we'd never say, then smiling when they come out anyway. That's Dad Logic, strange but true. Now I hear a little of it coming through in my own words, in my own voice, making the same old choice. That's Dad Logic, passed along, a little stubborn, a little strong. Funny how the things we tease the most treasure most. Don't touch that thermostat. And suddenly, it all makes sense.
I like that one. That one was jazzy. Hey, Tracy, good to see you. Love you and Terry. Getting confused. Alrighty. And let me see. Yeah. This last one, other than Sky's pick song of the night after the national anthem, this may be the last one because it's a song, but it explains how I feel about my dad. And Dad, you know I love you and we got this. So here we go.
Dear Dad, I don't say this enough. Maybe I don't know how. I've carried these words for years, but I'm letting them out now. You were never made of silver words. You didn't always say I love you loud, but I saw it in your tired hands, in the way you stood so proud. You gave up dreams I never knew, so I could grow into myself. You wore your worries like a coat and smiled so I would never know. You loved me when I was broken. You loved me through my pride. When I thought I didn't need you, you stayed right by my side. Not perfect, but steady like the stars. The only love I've always known. I know we've had our storms, doors slammed and tears cried, but you never kept a record. You just waited by the door. You loved me when I was distant. You loved me when I was small. Before I knew what love was, you were teaching me it all. Not perfect, but my hero. The only love I've always known. Dad, I see you now. Every sacrifice, every silent prayer, every time you chose me over yourself. You love me through it all, without conditions. Dad, I'm yours forevermore.
And with that, if your father is here on earth, make sure he knows that you love him. because you never know. And me and my dad, Lord, we butt heads so many times it isn't even funny. But he knows I have him, and I know he has me. My mom used to say we were so much alike, that's why we argue and fight so much. Could be. Because, buddy, we can get on each other's nerves quite a bit. But he's my dad, and he knows I love him. And Dad, I love you. I know you're watching and you're getting ready to go lay down, but Dad, I love you. And I just hope you know how much I do. All right. Now, I knew I would do that. Dadgummit. Okay. Let's get something funny right here. Nope. Time for the national anthem. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, say, and you see by the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular bombs burn, singing out, yeah, through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the
USA, USA, USA. All right. Now, for our heroes, our soldiers that gave the ultimate sacrifice. Rest in peace, heroes. Thank you for your service.
Folded flags and memories, photographs and the rosary. She hangs her head as the choir sings, and she cries, and she cries, and she cries, and she cries. 'Cause her family was waiting at home and was praying for him to survive. out another angel cries. Open up the gates when he arrives. As he fell to the ground, there was no fear in his eyes. They'll bury him before they bury his bride.
Yeah, this is for my people that are fighting.
Well, welcome back, SL20. Well, you fought back, you got back with your family. So, you're a fighter. I don't know why it would do that to you. Oh no. Rest in peace, heroes. And we're praying for your families. Now for the angels that their lives was stolen by the illegal immigrants. Rest in peace, angels. We're praying for your families. And there are many more to add.
Tell me, what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? Have your fears and your pain gone away? Yeah, 'cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you'll dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you've arrived. So tell me, what do you do up in heaven? Are your days filled with love and light? Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you'll dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you've arrived. I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you've arrived. Since you've arrived.
You have to keep trusting in God and believing. His will be done. And Now, for Sky's pick of tonight, and with it being Father's Day, you know what it's about. So here's Sky's pick of the night. Okay, Christopher. So here we go.
Hey, Dad! Sing me a song for Father's Day.
Sing you a song for Father's Day? And I said, Daddy, I'm so afraid. How can I go on with you gone this way? Don't wanna cry anymore. So may I stay with you? And he said, that's my job. That's what I do. Everything I do is because of you. To keep you safe with me. That's my job, you see.
Good job, Dad.
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
So, she told me not to look at that until now. Alrighty. Okay. Okay. Tonight's going to be a little different to give us a little bit of break on the trivia and the Bible guides. I picked out a short little movie-like video. I believe it was like 23 minutes or something. And then BitBite picked out one that was, if I'm thinking right, 17 or 18 minutes long for the rest. And I think they're interesting. I've always wondered about David and Goliath. And I think they are really, really amazing. Okay, let me go and grab that real fast. Let me see. Okay. Here, first we're going to see David and Goliath, and then we'll see the 7 amazing sights that confirm the Old Testament history. So, here we go with the longest one first. Hey, Gator Girl. Good to see you. Love you. Praying for you always. Well, you need to be sleeping and resting. That's how your body heals, is through sleep, or that's what, if I can remember, all of y'all told me that I needed to rest back in the day. So, praying that you feel better. We love you. And Rumble's praying for you and loves you. Alrighty, here we go with David and Goliath.
We are at the Valley of Elah, where David slew Goliath.
This is so cool. How many years? And we've never been here. After so many years, we're finally here. Archaeologists have identified the valley and the mountains upon which the Philistines and the Israelites encamped.
We are where it's believed the Israelites camped, on this hill. And across is where the Philistines camped. And David and Goliath would have fought somewhere in the middle.
And they have excavated in this area 3 ancient cities that are mentioned in this biblical account. I mean, they've been excavating this for years, and they found so many cool things here. It's gonna blow your mind away. I mean, it made world news, blew everybody's mind. So today, we're going to visit this valley and envision how the battle array looked like. We're going to find the stream where David could have picked the 5 smooth stones. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that.
And we're going to try and answer the questions that we always
So
have.
you're staying right here, and I'm gonna go down there and be the Goliath. We'll see if you can hear me.
How could the Israelites hear Goliath if there is a valley in between them?
I'm way past the water. There will be no Israelites here, only the Philistines. Let's see if she hears me. I doubt it, but let's see.
We're just trying to test when Goliath would come out and shout and defy the God of Israel. How did the people hear him?
Choose a man for yourself and let him come down.
And how could David sling a stone so accurately and deadly?
So we've built this DIY slingshot. It's very simple to build. It's made out of duct tape and just 2 strings. So let's give it a try. We've never used a slingshot before.
Whoa! Did you see that? Look, a 4th one!
This was the coolest thing ever.
And on top of that all, we're going to share with you a hidden message that was recently discovered in the verses of this biblical account.
Goliath, he was wearing scales, right? He's this big giant guy with scales, and everybody's fearing him just like a serpent.
Amazing.
It's amazing. It's
how the Bible connects.
Yeah.
So join us as we go on this incredible adventure.
So we've been driving for an hour and a half from Nazareth, and we're going to be entering the Valley of Elah any moment now from the Philistine side, from the northwest side. This is exactly the route that the Philistine would have taken. It's exciting. We're going to see it any moment now. It should be right behind this corner.
Whoa, look at that!
This is the valley.
We're entering it.
This is so cool. How many years and we've never been here? After so many years, we're finally here.
Yeah.
Look at it. What a beautiful valley. This is it. This is the Valley of Elah.
The Hebrew word Elah means a terebinth tree. So this valley is called the Valley of the Terebinth. It is most likely named that way after the large and shady terebinth trees, which can be seen growing abundantly in this valley.
Look at this valley. Oh, it's awesome. So cool. So it all happened right here. This is one of the most historic battles in human history, and you must have heard about it. But just in case you didn't, and to refresh your memories, here's a quick 60-second recap.
About 3,000 years ago, the Philistines had gathered together at the Valley of Elah to war against Israel. During the standoff, a giant Philistine warrior named Goliath called Israel to send their best man to fight him and to resolve the war in a man-versus-man battle, so the loser will serve the winner.
The Israelites were so terrified that no one dared to stand up against the nearly 9-foot-tall giant. But after 40 days, a young shepherd from Bethlehem named David came to the military camp to bring food for his brothers. And when he heard the Philistines' voice and saw that there was no one willing to fight him, David volunteered to do it himself.
So he picked up 5 smooth stones from the river, went up to Goliath and said,
"You come to me with a sword, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts."
And with the sling of the first stone, he killed the giant warrior and then cut off his head.
And just like that, the young shepherd from Bethlehem secured the victory for Israel.
However, the Philistines did not keep their promise to become the servants of Israel if Goliath lost. Instead, they fled, and Israel chased them from the gates of Sharaim all the way to Ekron.
So to start our journey, we're going to Kirbat Kayafa, which is believed to be the Sharaim that is mentioned in this biblical account.
So we're looking for the entrance to Kirbat Kayafa, which would be a good place to start. We'll get a good iceberg view of the valley, and that's the side that is associated with Sharaim, and could really be a good starting point for us to explore what is the actual place where the battle happened. And there it is, I think. This is the entrance right here with a burned and exploded car. The dirt roads this year had been damaged by the heavy rains. I know, can we drive this?
Yeah.
This looks, So it can be a great challenge for a 4-and-2 car to get up to the top of the hill where Kirbat Kayafa is located. I think we can definitely make it. And it just looks bad from here. But once I walk it, there's actual path, and then it gets all smooth. It's just this, probably where the water went. Gonna give it a try. Oh, it's very itchy.
I think I'm gonna close my eye.
All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. There you go. Okay, there we go. Even though we were able to make it through the first ditch, the road did not get any easier on the way up. However, with Rhoda's help, we were able to pass the broken sections and drive up as close as possible to Kirbat Kayafa. So that's it, we can't go any further. So we park right here and we walk it up. I already see the ancient stones. Do you see the ancient stones?
Yeah.
Look at this, it's like a gate stuff.
That is a gate.
Yeah, and then there's a wall right there. That's so cool. All right, let's go take a look at Shadowline. Look at the view over here. It's like we're coming up. There it is. There's the gate. I can see the gate. All we have to do is just get up. This is so cool. This is the city gate. This is the gate of the city. That's where the elders would sit. That's where they would dispute things. That's where they would judge things.
So cool. Look, looks like these were stairs of some sort, right? I mean, they're leveled.
There's 3,000-year-old chiseled steps, and we're walking on them. The steps that led to the city gate. Unbelievable.
By the way, you were reading yesterday and you did the research, most of it. What are some of the things that they found here?
It's just so unbelievable. Okay, it's gonna blow your mind away. Okay. I mean, they've been excavating this for years, and the stuff they found here blew everybody's mind. I mean, not just your regular, typical excavation stuff. They found here an ostrakhan.
What is an ostrakhan?
They found an ostrakhan.
Ostrakhan.
What is ostrakhan? I'm trying to remember what it was.
Ostrakhan.
What is ostrakhan? An ostrakhan is a piece of broken pottery that has writing scratched into it. In a way, they're like our modern-day sticky notes, but made of broken pottery.
Is that the thing with the Hebrew language on it?
Yes,
oh,
the oldest
so cool.
shard, which was used as like a paper note, like a memo. In 2008, during the excavations at this site, led by Professor Yosef Garfinkel and Sar Ganor, an ostrakhan was found with an inscription in what seemed to be a form of ancient Hebrew. After further examinations by the University of Haifa, an incredible discovery was made that sent shockwaves across the world of archaeology. The 5 lines of ancient script on the ostrakhan appear to be the oldest Hebrew script ever found. Dating to the 10th century BC, this inscription is about 1,000 years older than the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah. And they could identify for sure words on it, which is like, one of them is king, one of them, I forgot what it was.
Unlike others, the words in this ostrakhan were not scratched into it. Instead, someone used ink. So after 3,000 years, the words faded and posed a challenge to decipher the text. But eventually, the experts at the University of Haifa were able to do it. Their findings confirm that the language is indeed ancient Hebrew, and that 8 words out of this text are exclusively biblical.
There's a second gate. There's a second gate. There it is. Look at, and it has those chambers as well. Besides the ostrakhan and a mountain of other incredible findings, the archaeologists were able to uncover 2 city gates at this site, a very unique and uncommon feature.
From what I read, I understood that it's not common to have 2 gates in the city in Judah at the time of David. So when they excavated this site and they found 2 gates, that was a big deal. It's like, what's going on here? And it fits the narrative of the city that is called Sharaim, which is 2 gates. So that's pretty cool.
In the account of the battle between David and Goliath, 1 Samuel 17 mentions the city of Sharaim. Translated from Hebrew, Sha'araim means two gates. And since it is not common to have two city gates in the 10th century BC, historians believe this is a descriptive name of a fortress that had two gates that provided easy access to both sides of the mountain.
This is just another cool evidence to the account of David and Goliath that there is a place called Sha'araim. It does have two gates, and it's right by the Valley of Elah. It's so cool. Now that we have identified Sha'araim and understand where the Israelites have encamped, we can peek over the valley and look for the place where the Philistines gathered and where David and Goliath might have fought.
There it is!
So incredible! What a view!
Wow!
We can see everything, the whole Valley of Elah. Okay, I got goosebumps just thinking what transpired here. Can you imagine thousands upon thousands of Philistines right across there?
Yeah.
I mean, chanting.
Wow.
So cool. Yeah, this is definitely a plausible location. Everything just checks out. Sha'araim, you got Sukkot right there, Azekah right there, and the Philistines would be right over those hills, and the Israelites would be here. Okay, we're so excited. Now we need to come down and make sense out of all of this.
Yeah.
To help us place the events in their proper location, we have called our friend and pastor Charlie Garrett from the Superior Word Church in Sarasota, who had been studying this biblical account in detail and examining each Hebrew word for the past 5 weeks. Do you think this would be fitting the account?
Oh, why not? I mean, you got that big empty spot in the middle where a battle would take place, hills on both sides where they would be encamped, so it perfectly fits the description.
This is incredible. I got goosebumps again just thinking this is where it all took place. Thank you so much for the help.
Love you guys.
Love you.
You too.
Bye. So Charlie says this fits the biblical narrative, and he believes that this could be the spot. There is a Nahal down there, a river, and there is a ridge which would separate Philistines and the Israelites. So we're going to go down there and check if this could be the spot where they fought. I'm excited. Let's go. So we went around the valley, and now we're approaching the dirt road that
Will lead us to the stream.
yes,
Right?
yes, that's what we saw right here. Oh,
Be careful.
ooh, ooh, ooh. Wow. Okay, this is it. We're in the middle of the valley right now. We're actually crossing the valley.
They could have been standing right here for
There it
as much
is.
as we know it. There it is.
There it is. Let's go and explore.
Yep. Oh, it's hot.
Wow, this is so exciting. Can you imagine this is where David could have picked up his stone, the 5 smooth stones?
I see plenty of smooth stones down there.
Yeah. Wow, this is the river.
Look how green it is. Probably because there's water underneath.
This is awesome. It's the beginning of August, and it's still green here. It means water runs here throughout the spring and winter time, and it's
Yeah.
enough to sustain this vegetation throughout the summer. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. All right, so let's go into the stream and check out if we can find some smooth rocks. Wow.
Do you think this is where David would have stooped down and picked up a few stones?
This has got to be. I mean, look at them.
Right?
There's so many. This is where the water runs, right here. And you can see that some of the earth is still like more brown, more moist, and there's still vegetation growing here, which means this is exactly where the water runs in the wintertime, in the springtime, which is most likely the time when they actually attacked or when they went to battle.
In 2 Samuel chapter 11, the Bible mentions that it was the spring of the year when kings would go out to battle. Considering Israel's climate, this makes perfect sense. The summer can get extremely hot, autumn is the time to collect the harvest and prepare provisions for the winter, and the winter can get very rainy and relatively cold, making springtime to be the best option for war.
So it's very likely that when the Philistines came here, it was during springtime and the water would still be here. And it could be pretty bad because that's the majority of the stream comes here after winter. And it's plenty of water here, which makes it so much more difficult to cross, to attack, to engage in war in this particular area.
But in this particular valley, springtime might not have been the best idea because the river would have been full of water, making this area very muddy and hard to cross. This would put the army who dared to attack first at a great disadvantage.
And this makes the biblical account so much more understandable. Think about it. If this is the river and it was water here, the first army to attack would be at a disadvantage. They would have to cross the river, and by the time they cross the river, they would have to climb and attack. The Israelites would be on the mountain right there, and the archers would be right there at the top shooting at you. You're at disadvantage. So the first army to attack is a disadvantage. This explains why neither army attacked each other for 40 days, and instead chose a one-on-one fight to resolve the war. So you've got Philistines on the one side, the Israelites on the other side of the mountain, and neither wants to attack. And so going man versus man made a lot of sense. And now that we've answered our first question, next we're going to pick up a few smooth stones from the riverbed and check if David's slingshot was a worthy weapon of war. So we've built this DIY slingshot. It's very simple to build. It's made out of duct tape and just 2 strings. One string has thing for your finger and the other one is just release. So let's give it a try. We've never used a slingshot before, and it's gonna be a great test. And I'm gonna launch it over there. If I can at least get the direction right, that's a success. That works. Oh. Where is it?
It's there.
Where?
There, it landed.
I have no idea when I released it.
It just went up and went into like a U over there.
Oh my gosh, that looks so scary. I have no idea it's gonna land on me. All right, one more. Whoa! Did you see that? Look how far it went and so straight.
Do you think you would have killed a giant?
Well, very possibly. Like a giant sheep. This thing goes on top, and then you swing it and release it when it's above your head. Okay. All right, give it a try. You nailed it in the first attempt. That's insane. Go!
That was good.
If I can replicate that, it means I'm getting more accurate. Let's try.
Okay.
Deadly blow.
No.
All right, one more time. You ready?
Ready.
There we go.
Wow, that was your best.
It's the same direction every time. It goes directly to that can of Sprite.
That was pretty close too.
Hey, your stone looks like a heart.
But loud.
Okay, so what I've learned from this is that 10 throws and I'm able to aim always at the right direction and then release it at the right time. It's not bad for somebody who's never done it before. Imagine I had a whole day if I would be shepherding sheep all day like David did. And what else do I have to do but to try and aim with a slingshot and practice and improve my aim? It's totally plausible. This is incredible. I'd never assumed that I'll be able to do it after only 10 tries.
Good job, babe.
Now that we've tried it, this sling has certainly proved to be a real weapon. And David wasn't the only one who knew how to use it, as the Bible mentions a group of Israelite men who could sling a stone at a hair and not miss. So now that we have confirmed the deadliness of this weapon, our last goal for the day is to do the Goliath voice test. So I always wondered, how could Goliath's voice be carried and how could the Israelites hear him if there's a valley in between them? And that's exactly what we're going to test right now. So Rhoda's going to go up to the mountain and I'm going to be Goliath screaming from across the river.
This is so steep.
It is. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Okay. And we're going to see if Rhoda will be able to hear me or not. I'm really looking forward to it. Are you excited? There we go. Come on. All right, we made it. So we're gonna stay right here. You represent the Israelites. And I'm gonna go down there.
Okay.
And be Goliath and see if you can hear me right.
Let's give it a
All right.
Be careful, be careful. Easy, easy, easy.
All right, just need to keep going. Just gotta cross the river right here. I'm almost there. Okay, so now let's see if Rhoda can hear me. Let's see if David can hear me. Let's see if the Israelites can hear me. Hello! Hello!
I hear you.
I hear you too!
I hear you perfectly.
Insane. I'm gonna go farther. Let's check.
He's going further now.
I'm going even farther because she can still hear me. Okay. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
That is so cool! Choose a man for yourself! And let him come down and fight me!
That's pretty cool. I hear him. He's much further now.
Let him come down and fight me!
That's how much I can hear him.
Okay, she could still hear me. Not even raise my voice that much. Let's go even farther. I mean, I'm in the middle of the valley now. Why have you come up?
Wow. That is incredible.
Okay, I'm just gonna cross the field, literally. This is insane. I'm just gonna cross the field.
Okay. It would be impossible to hear him from there.
All right, this is the last test. I'm like almost half across the field. Let's give this a try. Choose for yourself a man. Let him come down and fight me. Choose for yourself a man.
Oh my goodness. Choose for yourself a man.
I hear you.
That is incredible.
Absolutely unbelievable. I have goosebumps.
This is so incredible that he is so far down there.
I'm all the way across the field and she can hear me.
But I hear him and there's that echo effect.
This is insane. I can hear her. That means they could even reply to Goliath. They could hear David and Saul fight. Wow. You're champion. If I can hear you, then you can hear me.
I heard everything.
That was so cool.
It is incredible, isn't it?
I had goosebumps because I didn't believe it's going to work
And
out.
the Israelites, this is a cliff line. They would be standing here and they would hear everything.
Everything. Think of the spectacle. These hills are full with Israelites all over, the military, Saul's military, the army in camps, many camps. David crosses this creek and onto the fields in the valley to face Goliath. These incredible results are not something we expected to see when we first set out on this journey.
This was the coolest thing ever. You being down there and hearing you. This was awesome.
Every detail in the story of David and Goliath is proving to be possible. But these events are much more than just about their battle. The account of David and Goliath has an incredible picture.
Yeah.
It is so cool. If we look at the outline of the story, an unbelievable picture starts to form. Goliath threatens the freedom of the Israelites, and no one is found worthy to fight him. Except David, a shepherd, who comes down from Bethlehem to feed his brothers, but his brothers ridiculed him. But despite the disbelief and rejection, David kills the giant and provides freedom to Israel. And here's the incredible part. Goliath's name means the exposer and the exiler. He is the picture of Satan who exposes our weaknesses that lead us to sin and exile us from the presence of God. And just like with Goliath, there was no one found who could set us free from Satan. Until a savior was born in Bethlehem, who came down to his own people, but they despised and rejected him. Yet, regardless of the disbelief and rejection, he faced death and defeated it, providing freedom from sin for all who believe. There is a series of sermons that Charlie Garrett has been working on for 5 weeks. It is absolutely incredible. I was reading them from cover to cover without stop, all 5 in a row. I just couldn't stop. It's all about Jesus. The whole story of David and Goliath, everything that happened here was all about Jesus. And it's incredible. Every word in Hebrew and every detail in this chapter paints an incredible picture of the redemptive story of our Lord. Well, there's just so many details that all point to Christ. Like Goliath, he was wearing scales, right? He's this big giant guy with scales and everybody's fearing him. Well, scales is like a serpent in the Genesis account, right? The serpent.
Or a dragon in
Revelations. Yes. Isn't it incredible? And he's like the Satan. Everybody's afraid and nobody who would come out against him. And yet one man was found, David, who prefigures Christ. And there's just so much more. If you're interested to find out more of these incredible details, such as why David picked up 5 stones and why after cutting off Goliath's head, he took it to Jerusalem, then we highly recommend watching the 5 sermons on David and Goliath by Pastor Charlie Garrett from the Superior Word Church. Well, you gotta watch it. Check out the link below to start the sermons and watch them. It'll be worth your time, we promise you.
I like that. That was interesting. I liked it. Yeah, Susan, I don't care much for snakes either. I'm good. They stay away from me, I stay away from them. That's the way I see it. Okay, now for the next one, short one. It's the seven amazing sites that confirm the Old Testament history. So here we go. Thank you, BitBot, for picking this one out.
So let's go on into the cave. You can see the beautiful rock formation up there.
I'm standing where Moses stood.
It's probably true that Abraham. So let's go on into the cave. You can see the beautiful rock formation up there.
I'm standing where Moses stood.
It's probably true that Abraham walked through that gate.
Right behind me is the dome of the rock.
This sure appears to be ash. It's very fine, very dry. We're in Jordan, on the Jordan side of the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea is right over here, maybe a half a mile. And we're in what's called the Arnon Gorge. This is the Arnon River. It flows into the Dead Sea. This served as the southernmost boundary for the tribe of Reuben. You know, there are 3 tribes, well, actually 2.5 tribes on the Jordanian side of the Jordan River of the 12 tribes of Israel. Reuben was the southernmost. Then you had Gad, from which Elijah came. And then half of the tribe of Manasseh was north of that. This is the southernmost area. The Hebrews probably came through this area before they went into the promised land. And this gorge is beautiful. It's very close to Petra, where we're going to be tomorrow, actually later tonight. You can see the beautiful rock formation up there. Many in our group are just going up the gorge up to a waterfall in this area. But it is absolutely beautiful. Right after this, we're going to go down to Sodom and Gomorrah. Those cities have been discovered. They're on the eastern side of the Dead Sea. Toward the south, they're at the lowest point on earth. We're going to see that next. We're in the ancient city of Sodom, which is in Jordan, not far from the Dead Sea, just to the east of the Dead Sea. This sure appears to be ash. It's very fine, very dry. It just crumbles. I'm not a geologist, not an archaeologist, but Joel Kramer's an archaeologist. He's been here. He's found ash here. So did the great William F. Albright, who really discovered this area in about 1924. This is the biblical Sodom. It was never lived in again after about 1900 BC. That's when Abraham and Lot, that whole story from Genesis 19, it's described in Genesis 19. This place was never lived in again, as well as 3 other cities. The one city that was lived in again, we're going to go to next. It's called Zoar. That's where Lot escaped to after God destroyed Sodom. Just found pieces of pottery here in the biblical Sodom. Look at this, has ash on it right here. This probably comes from about the time of Lot. I'm standing on what appears to be the city wall of the city of Sodom. Yeah, that's Sodom in the Bible. God not only sent sulfur balls down, he apparently sent flies down because they're still here. They're everywhere. You can see this is quite a wall here. This is a man-made object. There is a burn layer in here somewhere. When Joel Kramer was here not long ago, he made a complete video of this at Expedition Bible. You want to check that out. All right, we're heading up to the cave of Lot above this town called Zoar, where they fled to, and then God judged the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah and 2 other cities. He went up to that cave up there, which they turned into a church later, I think probably in the Byzantine time. But we're going to head up there. You're looking at the town of Zoar. That's the Dead Sea out in the distance. We are in Jordan, and we are in the cave, or near the cave, that Lot and his daughters went to after Sodom and Gomorrah and the other 2 cities were destroyed. Remember, Lot was living in Sodom, and he wanted to find a place he could go to be safe. And so he went to Zoar, which meant near. That's this town right here. But it says in Genesis 19, he was afraid to live in Zoar, so he came up out of the town of Zoar to this cave. And this church, as you can see over here, was built around 605 AD. So this is about 2,500 years after Lot was here. But the tradition was, because people knew where Lot was, that this is the cave in which he lived with his daughter. So let's go on into the cave and see if we can find Lot. I don't think we're going to find a whole lot, but we'll take a look in. As you can see, they put all this modern handrails in here. But the cave goes in quite a bit, way down, way back, and it ends maybe 15 or 20 feet in here, but it's a place you can definitely get shelter. This is the place Lot was. When the Bible says something actually took place and gives you a location, it's actually true. We're in Lot's cave right over Zoar in modern day Jordan. We just got down from Lot's cave. It's up that way. Here it is over here, where there's a church that was built about 605 AD, so about 2,500 years after Lot and Sodom and Gomorrah and that whole story from Genesis 19. You know, a lot of people, if they keep reading in Genesis 19, they're going to see that Lot's daughter said, hey, there's no men around to give us a child, so let's get our father Lot drunk, probably up in that cave, so we could sleep with him and have kids. And actually, that's exactly what happened. And a lot of people go, oh, the Bible, what an awful book. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's a difference between a prescription and a description. And the Bible is just describing what happened. Yeah, it's terrible, but it's telling you the terrible truth, because that's how human beings are. We're fallen. We need a savior. It's not sugarcoating everything. It's another example of an embarrassing detail about God's own people. Why would they record such a thing? Because it really happened. They're not sugarcoating that Lot's daughters got him drunk and slept with him so they could have kids, much like the same kind of thing happened with Noah. They're not sugarcoating their supposed heroes. In fact, Dennis Prager famously said, one of the reasons I know the Old Testament is true, because no people group would ever invent such an embarrassing history of themselves. And that's true. Dennis has it right. Embarrassing testimony is evidence they're telling the truth. But I would ask Dennis, if embarrassing details and stories is evidence for the truth of the Old Testament, why isn't it evidence for the truth of the New? I think it is. There's a lot of embarrassing stories in the New. Like, for example, Peter is called Satan by the leader, Jesus. That's the founder of the church. Yeah. Or
that's the head of the church.
Yeah, he's the head of the church. He's called Satan, and he says, Lord, I'll never deny you. What does he wind up doing? Denying him 3 times. And then they all run away at the crucifixion, with the exception of one. And then the women are the first witnesses. Who's going to invent that? Women's testimony was not considered on par with that of a man at that time. They would never say that. And they would never say one of their key witnesses was a formerly demon-possessed woman, Mary Magdalene. This is not invented. They wouldn't invent that Jesus was called a drunkard, or that Jesus was called a madman, or that Jesus was called demon-possessed. They wouldn't invent these things. They're just telling the truth. So from Lot up there being seduced by his daughters after he was drunk, to the embarrassing things going on throughout the Old Testament, they can continually, after repeated warnings, sin against Yahweh, and they keep getting judged, to the New Testament, where the scared, scattered, skeptical disciples who do one bone-headed thing after another finally get some courage after he's risen from the dead. All of that shows this is not an invented story. It's not made up. You can trust it.
Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back to where we were a few days ago. We were in Jordan. Remember, we went to Sodom? And you know what happened there in Sodom? Look at Genesis 14. It says this: the 4 kings seized all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their food. Then they went away. They also carried off Abraham's nephew, Lot, and his possessions, since he was living in Sodom. A man who had escaped came and reported this to Abram, the Hebrew. Now, Abram was living near the great trees of Mamre, the Amorite, a brother of Eshcol and Abner, all of whom were allied with Abram. Now, where's the great trees of Mamre? We were just in it a few days ago. That's Hebron. So Abraham's in Hebron, in what we now call Israel. This event took place across the Jordan across the Dead Sea, where Sodom is. What happened next? Once Abram hears that his nephew's been taken, it says, when Abraham heard that his relative had been taken captive, he called out the 318 trained men born in his household. By the way, it's very specific. You notice this? 318, not 317, not 300. 318 trained men born in his household, and went in pursuit as far as Dan. That's where you're sitting right now. Now, at the time, it wasn't known as Dan. It was known as Laish, not Lachish, Laish. This town was known as Laish. But later, in order to have people who later read the text know where this was, the editor, and God can use Holy Spirit editors, went back and changed it to Dan. Just like if we were to say, like we said yesterday, that Archelaus was exiled to Gaul, we would say today, Archelaus was exiled to France. In any event, Abram came here. During the night, Abram divided his men to attack them and routed them, pursuing them as far as Hobah, north of Damascus, which is over that way too, to the east. You know, why didn't Noah step on those 2 flies? Why didn't he do that? It's a key question.
They have a purpose.
They do have a purpose to annoy us. Anyway, he recovered all the goods, brought back his relative Lot and his possessions together with the women and the other people. So what we're saying here is it's probably true that Abraham walked through that gate. He walked through that gate. And that is the oldest gate we know of with an arch. So as Ellie said, the Romans did not invent the arch. It was people here long before the Romans ever existed, over 1,000 years before that, well over 1,000 years, 1,500 to almost 2,000 years.
I'm standing where Moses stood when God granted him a glance into the promised land. We're standing in Moab on top of Mount Nebo, and that right there is Israel. You can see the land of Jericho directly from here, and on a clear day, you can see all the way over into deeper into Israel. Now, this is also associated not just with Moses, but with Balaam, who was the prophet for hire that Balak, king of Moab, brought into his service to curse Israel because he saw this massive, successful army campaigning through the wilderness, and he was terrified that they were going to conquer Moab as well. So he hired this Aramaic prophet, Balaam, to come curse them. Now, interestingly enough, Balaam is confirmed in outside archaeology in a 9th century inscription called the Der Allah inscription, or the Balaam inscription. This confirms that this character, Balaam, was a historical character. And so scripture was right about this rare detail in a rare part of Israel's history where there's not a lot of archaeology out in the wilderness when they were nomads in the wilderness. They didn't leave a lot of artifacts behind because they camped with them and took them with them. But we have confirmation that Balaam was a historical figure, just as the Bible predicted.
We're in Jordan at Tel Heshbon. You can look up this place in Numbers chapter 21. This is the place that Moses asked for passage through, and this being the capital of the Amorites, the Amorite king said, no, you can't come through. And then the Amorite king attacked the Israelites, and the Israelites defeated them. And this area then became one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, this Tel goes all the way back to about 2200 BC. And you can see behind me here that Corinthian column. A church was later built here. That column may come from about 200 AD. And then the church itself, maybe 400 AD. So people knew this was the location, a holy location, a location where Israeli history took place. And this is true on our complete tour through Israel and through Jordan. We see place after place that the Bible talks about, and then we go there and we see these ruins, because the Bible is a book of history that is telling you real places, real people, real events, and that's one reason why you can trust it.
Right behind me is the Dome of the Rock. This is built on top of Mount Moriah, where Abraham offered Isaac as a potential sacrifice. Of course, the angel stops his hand and offers a ram that's caught in the briars instead. This significant moment allows us to have this Old Testament preview of the kind of sacrifice that Jesus followed through on, being the sacrificial offering, the firstborn, most beloved of the Father. But he does complete the sacrifice, and his sacrifice is complete. His sacrifice is of eternal and infinite significance, so that the whole world, should they believe, could be covered in that atonement. The sacrifice of Isaac was significant for Jews because it represented great faith. It's significant for Muslims in part because they understand Isaac not to have been the one who was offered up, but Ishmael. But for us Christians, we see a preview of the sacrifice of Christ. This is the famed site in Islamic tradition where Muhammad was basically teleported into Jerusalem. We have no historical record that can confirm that, but that's the tradition. And in his teleportation into Jerusalem, he had a famous vision of the prophets Abraham, Moses, and so on. The argument is that this is an ad hoc addition to Islam to help explain how they could be justified asserting dominance over such a sacred place in Judaism and in Christianity as the Temple Mount, and to, instead of treating it like this is a sacred spot for Judaism, so rather than stamp it out, let's leave it for them. This is another point of conquest for Islam.
Alrighty, everyone. I hope y'all enjoyed that one too. I did. And again, thank you, but bye. Alrighty, tomorrow night, we're going to start Matthew, the New Testament. So we'll watch the video of Matthew, and then after it, probably the next day will be the study guide and the trivia. So I hope y'all enjoyed the movies. I did. I learned quite a bit. But let me go over the prayer list real quick and we will go. Okay, remember Betty and Stephen family. D, his recovery and healing of his knee and ribs. Remember Goldie, her upcoming surgery on July the 27th on her left shoulder, total replacement. Remember his dad. Remember T, her upcoming surgery on her eyes, that her appointment stays confirmed. You know, some of these doctors, I like to wring their neck sometimes. Remember Darlene and her family and Maddie in your prayers for healing and strength. Remember Bonnie and Cindy Chase for their strength and healing. Remember Cindy and Mel for strength, healing also. And Santa, remember him, that God keeps blessing him on his mission for the children. Remember Jared and Julius, continue healing and recovery. Remember baby brother, that he gets strength and healing and any upcoming surgeries. And his mother, Tracy, remember her, that God gives her strength and comfort. Remember Carrie for his health. Remember Gator Girl for her health, that she rests and gets stronger so she can be back with the family. We love and miss her. Remember her mom. Remember Landon, the young gentleman that's going on the mission trip to Mexico, that God protects him and his group that's going. Remember Tina B, that God protects her and comforts her and gives her peace. Remember Francis for complete healing and strength, and to comfort her and her family, and all of the unspoken prayer requests from our chat family. And if you would say a little prayer for my dad and my aunt. And like I said, if God places someone on your heart or your mind, stop and pray for them, because God knows what's going on and He placed them there for a reason. And I love each and every one of y'all, and I will see y'all tomorrow night. God bless and good night.
Every step I take, every stride I make, I look around, sometimes I feel alone. Think about this life I live, only so much time to give. I'm on the run into the unknown. The line I'm walking just straight, one outside to say it ain't fun. I'm not here to impress anyone. Chasing dreams ain't always what it seems. We only get one life, sometimes it's hard to see. Making a difference might be my deliverance. When it comes to freedom, yeah, that's where I find it. The hard path in life can be a lonely one. Not too many walk this road I'm on. This road I'm on. Head down since I left town, sorry for the letdown. Don't know the next time that I'll be around. When I ask myself why I do what I do, there's a couple reasons, yeah, I can count a few. To all the ones that are proud of me, to all the ones that doubted me, thanks for watching my dreams become reality. Chasing dreams ain't always what it seems. We only get one life, sometimes it's hard to see. Making a difference might be my deliverance. When it comes to freedom, yeah, that's where I find it. The hard path in life can be a lonely one. Not too many walk this road I'm on. This road I'm on. Chasing dreams ain't always what it seems. We only get one life, sometimes it's hard to see. Making a difference might be my deliverance. When it comes to freedom, yeah, that's where I find it. The hard path in life can be a lonely one. Not too many walk this road I'm on. This road I'm on. This road I'm on.